Good day guys and welcome back to Tech FX. In today's video, I'll be showing you a strategy on how to predict the price movement of any currency, right? In correlation with the dollar index, which is DXY. So what is dollar index? Dollar index is just simply an index currency that shows the strength or value in the US dollar, in the dollar currency, right? So if the dollar index is weakening, then you should expect that there will be a drop in currencies that has USD as the base currency, such as USD JPY, USD CHF, and USD CAD, right? When USD is weakening, when the US dollar is showing a sign of weakness, then you should expect those currency pairs to be dropping. Why? When USD is as the quote currencies such as GBP USD, Euro USD, and what other currencies do we have? We have GBP USD, Euro USD, and any other currency that you can think of that has USD as quote currency, expect it to buy, right? So now in today's video, I'll be showing you a simple technical analysis on DXY for you to know your buyers, right? And for you not to trade against the trend, because the DXY will tell you where to look for buying or selling opportunities in the chart. So before we proceed, please don't forget to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel for more educational content, and don't forget to share this video to your friends and family for them to benefit. Without further ado, let's get started. All right, welcome back guys. Now starting with the dollar index, which is DSY, right? So if you want to get the dollar index on your trading view, just click on this place and search for DXY. You can see US dollar currency index. So it just basically shows you the value of the US dollar. Let's check Google for the meaning. You can see right here is a measure of the value of the United States dollar against a weighted basket of currencies, right? So it just basically tells us the value of the US dollar, right? So now you can be able to use the data on this DSY to trade major currency pairs, because you can't trade this DSY. You can only trade the other major currency pairs that partners with it, which is Euro USD, GBP USD, USD CAD, USD CHF, and stuff like that. So starting with our technical analysis on DXY. So from the basic understanding of the market structure, what can you see right on this chart? If you notice, we're in a downtrend. And why do I say we're in a downtrend? Right here, after price break structure to the upside, it came to break this low, right? Came down again, right? And now, what are you expecting? We're expecting a drop in the dollar currencies, right? It might not drop to this point, but expect that that's touched a key level right here, and we should be expecting a drop. So that is why I can forecast that we're in a downtrend, right? That is why I can forecast that we're in a downtrend. Now, let's now dive into crucial look on the DXY. Now, starting from this point, we had a break of structure to the upside right here. We had a break of structure to the upside, right? Now, price immediately came and took out this low, giving us a change of character or a market structure shift from bullish to bearish, right? So now we're in a downtrend right here. Now, if you notice, there was a little break of structure right here, right? And there was an order block right here. The price failed to respect, right? Price broke the order block. It was supposed to respect it. It was supposed to respect it by continuing going up, right? But price simply broke it because the sellers are in the market. Now, price finally came to use it as a resistance, right? So it becomes what? A breaker block. So it becomes a breaker block. Another block becomes a breaker block. Now, if you notice this retracement, during this period of retracement, the US dollar is gaining strength, right? During the period of this retracement. Now, if you noticed, after price did After price broke this structure and when the reversal wants to come, you'll notice that price will always use a breaker block to make a resistance. So after price broke the last high that gave us a change of character, as you can see, price broke it and retested it, right? Now, if you pick our trend line again from this point, right? Now we have a first touch and we have a second touch right here. We have the first touch right here and we have the second touch right here. I hope you guys are seeing what I'm saying. Now, notice that after price gave first touch and second touch, the second touch happened on this breaker block plus this second touch on this trend line, and price came immediately to this point of interest and broke this trend line, showing sellers are in the market now, right? This is the previous data, right? This is the previous data. Now price dropped immediately and gave us another break of structure to the downside. Price dropped immediately and gave us a break of structure to the downside, right? Now from that point again, you can see another, what can you see right here? There is a sort, is just like a mitigation block and a fair value gap, right? A mitigation block plus a fair value gap. You can see a small fair value gap right here. So you have a two confluences, right? I can make US dollar to respect this zone. And as you can see, after price goes to this zone, it reacted, right? Now check something again. When price broke structure to the downside right here, if you see, this is an order block that became a breaker block, right? Let's pick our trend line again. Let's pick our trend line again. Now you can see now price will always repeat what it has done in the past. That is why I started. You don't really need this previous data, but for us to have a backup information of what price will always do in the future, that is why I came to check this zone right here. So now we also have a first touch right here, right? We have the first touch right here and we have the second touch right here on this trend line and this breaker block. If you notice, it is the same thing, right? The same thing on the monthly time frame. Now what are you expecting? Since price has tapped into this zone, we don't expect this trend line to hold again. Price will definitely break it, as such has happened right here. After the second touch and price tapped into the supply zone, which is a breaker block, price dropped significantly. So what I'm expecting right now is for US dollar to drop. So basically the dollar currency is weakening, right? Is weakening. Now what what other confluence did I see again? Now notice that when price touched this zone, the buyers momentum reduced. Now we had the first bullish candle that touched the zone. Now we had the first bearish candlestick and we have this last bearish engulfing candlestick, showcasing that sellers are entering into this market and the dollar index is weakening, right? Now it gave us an imbalance, which is a fair value gap that must be filled, right? Broke after price went down straight away, it came to respect this fair value gap, right? Came to respect the fair value gap. And now what are you expecting? We have a sell side liquidity resting right here. So we expect USD to take out this low right here. We expect USD to come and take out this low. So with this data that I have on DXY, what should we be expecting on other currency pairs? Now we have what is called base and quote currency, right? Base and quote currency. Now when you have currency pairs like USD JPY, USD is the base currency while JPY is the quote currency. Now since we know that USD is weakening, we expect a drop in USD. That means currency pairs like USD JPY, where USD is the base currency, right, will drop. We also have USD CHF expected to drop. Any currency that has USD as the base currency expected to drop. Now for the situation whereby USD is the quote currency, right? So let's say for example GBP USD. GBP is the base currency and Euro GBP is the base currency and USD is the quote currency. Now expect GBP to buy, right? When USD is weakening, people tend to buy pounds, right? When you know your currency is, when it's just simply, you know that you are be able to forecast that the US dollar is going to drop in the future. Now want to invest in other currency pairs to make profit, right? Now expect GBP to buy, expect Euro USD to buy, expect XAU USD to buy. Simple, right? So now, since we have a reaction from this zone right here, let's switch to the weekly time frame. Now on the weekly time frame again, we could spot a market structure shift from that zone. We could spot a what? A market structure shift from that zone. And we know price is coming to clear this sell side liquidity, right? But there's something that is happening currently on the chart. If you can see again, we have a selling pressure right here, which left an imbalance, which is a fair value gap, right? So what are you expecting? We are expecting the dollar index to come and fill this fair value gap and continue dumping. Now, pay close attention. Our major trend is for USD to clear this downtrend, but we have a little retracement currently, right? And price might not even come to fill this imbalance. It might just be a little retracement and then dump, right? But basically, what I want you to know is that US dollar is in a downtrend and you should be expecting a fall in USD. Now, with this retracement, what does this retracement mean now? If USD is coming back to this fair value gap, that means USD is gaining strength for the meantime, right? USD is gaining strength for the meantime, right? So when USD is gaining strength, then expect to buy USD JPY. Find a find a technical analysis that reasons with these predictions, with this data we are seeing right here, right? So now let's go to USD CHF. I want you to pay close attention. Now on USD CHF on the monthly time frame, we're in a downtrend. You can just see it clearly. We had a break of structure to the downside. We had a break of structure to the downside, and we have a mitigation block right here. This is a mitigation block, right? Why is it a mitigation block? Price failed to take out this eye. Okay, the network is not good. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so as you can see right here, price respected this mitigation block. So what was I saying previously? How do I know it's a mitigation block? When price is breaking structure to the downside, right? Anytime price is breaking structure to the downside, the next zone right here is called the mitigation block, right? Called mitigation block. Just basically break and retest. So it's called mitigation block. And it also means price is unable to take out this liquidity before going down. Assuming we had something like this, right? It becomes a breaker block, right? Because price breaks structure to the downside, we expect it to respect this zone and continue going down. But it simply broke it and retested it. So it becomes a mitigation block. But anytime you have a simple downtrend, continuation downtrend like this, and price came to respect this zone, it's just a mitigation block. So you can see that it reasons with this, with what I'm saying right here. We had the downtrend right currently right here, and price came to respect it, right? And we had a fall off right from that zone. We had a fall from that zone. So what next? What next right now? We also had a continuous break of structure to the downside right here, right? After price reacted to this zone, broke structure. We also had what? A bullish breaker block right here. We had a bullish breaker block after price took out this liquidity, failed to respect this other block, broke down and retested it, becomes a breaker block. Now what are you expecting? This same thing, because we have been able to know that price is heading for a sell side liquidity right here. This is a sell side liquidity. So on USD CHF too, we have price targeting a sell side liquidity on the monthly time frame. As you can see now that the dollar index tallies with every currency pairs, right? So let's check USD JPY. Let's check USD JPY. Now on USD JPY, let me delete it. So on USD JPY, what are we seeing? We are basically still in a downtrend, right? We had we had a break of structure right here. We had a break of structure right here, right? And we had an eye. Price has taken out this eye, which is a buy side liquidity, right? Anytime price clears buy side liquidity, it will be holding for sell side liquidity. So price has taken out this eye, right? And we can also have a point of interest. We can also have a point of interest right here, which is this other block, right? So which is this other block. So what are we still seeing? We are still seeing sales, right? On which means DSY is also tallying with what I have said previously. So what are you expecting on USD JPY also? We expect USD JPY to clear this zone, right? So we are basically seeing same thing on the across different currency pairs that has USD as the base currency. Now let's check Euro USD. Let's check Euro USD. Now you will notice that DXY and Euro USD is similar. After price reacted to this key level, if you have not watched the previous analysis I did on Euro USD, you can watch just go to my YouTube channel and watch it, right? So if you can see right here on DXY on monthly time frame, after price touched this level, it gave us an imbalance. Price came and expected it. Now we have this lower high, lower low, lower high, right? Now, what are you seeing right here? We had this higher low, higher high, higher low. Now, what are we seeing now? We have an SMT divergence happening right here. We have an SMT divergence. So, what is SMT divergence? If you can see, now we are using what we know that if DSY is bearish, we should expect Euro US currency pairs like Euro USD to be bullish because USD is the quote currency, it is not the base currency. So if USD is the base currency, you should expecting a sell. But now because Euro USD is against the US dollar, right? So it's giving us an SMT divergence, showcasing that buyers are entering the market plus this fair value gap. You can see that it is a similar setup right now, right? So what are you expecting on Euro USD? To clear first buy side liquidity, also have liquidity resting right here, right? So we expect Euro USD to buy, right? So this is currently my prediction on Euro USD. Now let's check for GBP USD. Let's check for GBP USD. Now on GBP USD also, after price cleared this sell side liquidity, right, on the monthly time frame, we expect a market structure shift, right? And what are we seeing currently? We can still see same thing, SMT divergence, right? Price created after tapping to this zone, we have higher low, higher high, higher low, right? So it is also similar. Now we had lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, higher low, higher low. Now can you guys understand what I'm trying to say right now? So what are we expecting? We're expecting price to go up and we're expecting USD to go down. So that is how we can be able to get the market bias, right? For you to know a clear bias across different currency pairs. So now let's check for a potential opportunity on GBP USD. According to our analysis previously in the last top down analysis video I did. You can see that after we came to the weekly time frame, after price broke this breaker block, after price broke this other block, it becomes a breaker block. We had a break of structure again, right? We had a break of structure again, and we also have another block right here. Last bearish candle before the break of structure, right? Price came to respect it, and what are you expecting? For price to take out this high again. Now, switching to the daily time frame. Now, switching to our daily time frame, right? You can see price came to retest this zone after price broke, after price gave us a market structure shift from that zone on the weekly time frame. We had another block which becomes a breaker block, right? The price came to retest it. Now, what are you expecting? Expecting a buy opportunity. So in this way, DSY will just help you to filter out the right trend to trade with, right? DSY will help you to filter out the right trend to trade with. So currently, my bias is USD is gaining, is losing strength. Why? Giving a potential buying opportunity across currency pairs that has USD as the quote currency, right? So that will be all for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel for more content. Stay tuned and goodbye.